What's going on, guys? Repeat back here again for another edition of the NNR Truck Series, live from Kansas Motor Speedway night race. This is going to be an amazing race. About 25 cars will be on track. A lot of high line action is going to be going on. A lot of guys trying out that middle line. The low line isn't quite the place to be unless you're going to try that great old dive bomb or slide job, whatever you want to. Whatever you got your truck set up for, whatever these guys have practiced all week to be able to do, that, the track is going to be fast. It's very grippy. Night race. These trucks under the lights look amazing. There you see the 87 car of Ingalls. He's going to be your pole sitter with the 45 truck of serving cones to his outside. And if HD's pick a few weeks ago is any indication as to what that truck's going to be like, he's got that ticker tape on that truck, which means he's got a fast machine under him tonight. As these guys are all coming out of 3 and 4 to finish up their pace lap, Ingalls is going to take him to the green. Serving cones are going to be to his outside, and there's the 69 of Rowdy Burns starting there. P3, 87 of Ingalls looks like he got a great launch into turn 1 and 2. Going to keep it wound up on the high side or low side right now. Going to allow his truck to wash up towards the wall, maybe not burn up that right rear or that right front just yet. These guys are still under default right now, so it's straight default, which means they haven't been able to make any adjustments to the trucks as of yet. Like you said, like I said, just going green. Hey, thanks for checking into the stream, buddy. Appreciate you. But yeah, we're gonna see a lot of different grooves by these drivers and these trucks tonight. Ingalls, he's a force to be reckoned with every week. So is the 45 of Serving Cone, 69 of Rowdy Burns. He's always up front. Thought I might have saw a couple guys getting a little bit racy in the back. But right now it is all Ingalls in that 87 truck. He's going to have this high line on lock. You'll probably see most of your passing coming off the high line. Great momentum off of 1 and 2 all the way down the backstretch. Keep it up high in 3 and 4. Come down through the tri-oval. Cut that apron. Get back to the high line and keep it going. I am going to be all by myself tonight, for now at least. I may have somebody join me a little bit later on, but that's hey, more the merrier. Unfortunately, Knights wasn't able to make it tonight. Not quite sure what's going on, but I hope he's all right. But yeah, now a little bit of a change in the top 3 here. You still got the 87 and the 45, but here comes the 19 of J.R. Horn. Haven't really seen Horn sniff in the front as much since Daytona, but he's looking pretty strong tonight so far. Good run for the guy. Going to kind of bounce around the track here just a little bit. As you see these guys 3 and 4 wide. Here comes the 69 of Rowdy Burns. Whole lot of side by side. 45 still kind of really pressuring the 87 of Ingalls. Keep going through. Here's old Shadowlack. Looks like he's hanging in there pretty tight. He's kind of keeping the truck towards the rear right now. He was saying that he might have had a little bit of a lag issue, or if you're into the iRacing scene, a little bit of what you'd call net code. And I do see a little bit of lag out of him. So maybe just let his internet settle down. Maybe he's got one too many things connected right now. Not sure, but yeah, he is. He's definitely having some issues. So I look forward to look to the 6 to probably pull over here pretty soon. And when I mentioned earlier that I might have a visitor to the booth, more than likely it will be Shadowlack. He's not going to ride around and put the other trucks in jeopardy. He'd rather just pull it over, step out, and do what's right for the rest of the guys on the track. Come on up to the booth, help me call the race. Great, good to have you. And we should be hearing from the driver of the 6 soon. Keep going through. Here's a Cup regular, old James Kamal. Normally he's the driver of the 95 Procore Toyota in our Cup Series. So great to see Kamal on track tonight, getting some seat time in, and he's just got past the 45 of Serving Cone. Serving Cone might have tagged the wall just a little bit. One thing that I did notice about the practices is if you're in the draft, you've got to really back up your corner in order to not get sucked up into that wall. The walls at Kansas are relentless. If you hit that wall, it will grab a hold of you, and it will not let go of you until you actually slow down by either tapping the brake or just letting off the gas or a bit, just to let the wall release you. So yeah, good to see Kamal here get some seat time. He had a great Cup race last week. He had a great Xfinity race at Texas when we broke all the NNR on-track records. So great race. Let's see, Bod Fusion, if you're still in my party, can you please invite Shadowlack? I'm gonna keep. Okay, never mind. That was kind of dumb, wasn't it? Okay, hold on one second. Yeah. Invite to party. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I've got an invite out to Shadowlack. So the driver of the 6 should be joining me here in just any minute as we continue to watch these guys. They are side by side, single file, single file, single file, side by side, side. I mean, these guys are getting after it, and this is what I expect from the entire race. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and introduce this guy. Not too many other Xfinity or truck drivers have called races with me, so I believe that you, Shadowlack, will actually be the first from one of the lower series to call a race. Welcome to the stream, sir. Please remember to go ahead and include your audio.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I moved and I'm staying with a friend, and his connection's just not good enough, and I knew it, and I just back up before I mess somebody up.
You know what? I was back. I was looking back on the stream, and I was following your truck around. I did see where you were lagging just a little bit. So what you did by backing out, it was the right thing to do. Even though you're not going to get the stage points and all that, you will still get points for racing tonight. So it's not a complete loss. Coey, thanks for checking into the stream. Your guess is as good as mine, but that's all right. I was able to pick up Shadowlack from the 6 truck, and yeah, we're gonna keep this little bit of contact there between the 45 and the 99 of Kamal. As you see, the 2 truck of Dooman, he's actually gonna make Kamal's a little side by side, or a little swervy right there. Kamal's gonna lose a couple spots after that incidental contact. That's going to allow the 88 of Watt, also the 69 of Rowdy Burns, be able to pull up alongside Kamal. Kamal is stuck up on the wall where all these trucks are able to make a great charge to his inside because they were all up high coming through the last turn. That's what I was talking about earlier, about that high line momentum. There it is. So while Kamal's now getting a draft off the 2 of Dooman, the 69 of Rowdy Burns, the 88 of Watt are going to be able to dive down low, and nothing doing. Kamal's going to be able to take that high line momentum and keep it going. Let's keep it going through the field here. Let's see. Here's the old 75 truck. Kind of a new guy, Fatless Dig. Don't really know a whole lot about Fatless, but there he is, to the outside of the 54, but right behind the 87 of Ingalls. So if he's right there with Ingalls, he must have a pretty decent truck, or Ingalls has actually fallen back a little bit. Not quite sure.
Hey, Reef,
keep going through.
Can you send me an invite to the race?
Absolutely.
I actually just completely disconnected.
Yep. There you go. Yipper. All right, gonna keep going through. I actually think that this right here is actually your battle. I'm not quite sure if Horn is your the driver up front, but the truck that's right behind him is actually very familiar to him. That is the 5 of Lil Tank. Tank is the one that pushed Horn to his Daytona victory in the very, very, for the very first race of the 2019-2020 season. So he knows that he's fast. He knows that he's generally got a good car. If this is the race for the lead, great run for the 5 Lil Tank. Great run for Horn, too, leading these laps. I'm going to keep going through the field here. There's the 12 of Double J. We keep going through. Here's a new driver. This is the 46 truck of Good Deadpool. Deadpool actually reached out to us through the stream not too long ago, and want to know what it would take to actually make his way into into NNR. And he went over to the website, which is nnr.com, filled out the information, got a call back from Carol or Coey or Duman or Smitty, I'm not sure, but he was able to get himself all settled in, and here he is making his first truck appearance with NNR. Welcome, Deadpool. Let's see. It looks like Crazy Lady 77 checking into the stream, saying good luck, everyone. I'm sure they absolutely appreciate it. All right, let's gonna keep going through as I hear from Team Comps that green flag pit stops are going to be underway. Now, I know that I've shown this to you before. It looks like a couple cars around coming through 3 and 4. As of yet, I don't see where a caution has come out. Nope. It looks like they're going to stay green, so not too much damage. I'm going to keep going through the field here. So Shadow, to kind of bring you in here, with your practice and your qualifying and the pre-race, what were you seeing out of these trucks? Did you see, what lap did you really start to feel the trucks getting loose, or the tires really wearing out, or the trucks getting light due to the loss of fuel?
So, I think on a full fuel run, you're looking at about 24 laps. And I would say at probably about the lap 13 mark, depending on what stable bar and what adjustments you're making, if you haven't tightened that truck up, if you're running a high stable bar, you're going to start feeling it getting loose coming out of the turns around probably lap 13 or 14. If you've run a low stable bar, anything probably below a 6, it probably won't get loose until probably around the lap 20 mark, and it won't even actually be that loose. So those trucks that are running stable bar will actually be able to run longer run.
Gotcha. Yeah, I tried a little bit of practice with Bod Fusion and Watt Racing earlier, and I ran a 4, and I ran just about what you're saying right now. But I cranked the wedge down by like 0.5 and brought my left rear up about a pound or 2. Brought my right rear up by about a pound, lowered my left front just a little bit to kind of get that just a feel that I was looking for, and it actually went really, really well. Both Watt and Bod Fusion during their test seemed like they were happy with their cars. Bod Fusion actually seemed to be pretty quick on the long run. Where I was falling off, he was great. He actually passed me as we were coming to the end of the first stage, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. I wasn't going to block him or wreck him or that. So look to see if Bod Fusion can have the same kind of night that he had in that practice earlier. But I'm going to continue to go around the track here. Let's see. Here's the 51 at KG Swats. Kind of all by himself right now, going through the end of the trial wheel, heading into turn 1, keeping it way up high, off the gas, back on the gas, and not really off the gas all that much. As you see, Country Girl checking into the stream, talking about the last time I called these trucks cars, and everybody in chat got a big old laugh out of it. It turns like they were going to turn it into a drinking game. So you go ahead and grab your favorite beverage, and we'll just play along. How's that sound? Get back to the 87 of Ingalls here. 87's in front of the 69 of Rowdy Burns. These two are kind of by themselves. Watt Racing is just a little bit further back. So is the 45 of Serving Cone. And then I think that dark truck just a little bit further back is the 99 of Kamal. I take that back. That's the 75. They keep going through. There's the 99 of Kamal. Right in front of the 19 of J.R. Horn. Horn, again, your Daytona winner, with a lot of help from that 5, a little tank that I mentioned just a little bit ago. All right, here's a 2 of Duman. Again, no real challenge right now. Duman can really just pay attention on his entrance into the corner, where he needs to get back on the gas, kind of steer through, steer off, keep the truck wound up as best he can, come off the corner, through the trioval, into 1 and 2, and that's pretty much a lap around this place. Speaking of a lap around this place, let's actually go ahead and find. Let's go to Cowboy Matt right here in this 18 Toyota Tundra. Looks like right now he is coming through 3 and 4. Let's see. Going to come through 3 and 4, cross start finish line, off the apron, going into turn 1. Again, keeping it up high, off the gas, back on the gas, steering it through, keeping it off the wall, but keeping it very, very close. Get a great launch off of 2, down this long straightaway, heading into 3 and 4. Again, same thing. Keep it up high, off the gas, back on the gas. Keep it. It looks like his truck is comfortable right around that top seam. Off of 4, duck down low, get close to the grass through the trioval, and that's a lap around Kansas Motor Speedway with the 18 of Cowboy Matt. Great run, Matt.
His truck's looking pretty stable.
Yeah, absolutely. His truck was looking very, very stable. Shad. Let's see. All right. Keep going through. Let's actually, from what I hear from race control, it sounds like the 5 truck, Lil Tank, the driver that pushed J.R. Horn to his Daytona win, is actually your leader. So let's go ahead and try to locate the old 5. Or should I say Lil 5? I don't know. Kind of dumb, but hey, that's what we do. Let's see. Big says, I love Kansas, and yeah, Kansas City Motor Speedway. Yeah, this speedway is great. It is absolutely one for keeping your truck, your car, whatever you're in, wound up and ready to go. It's phenomenal. But I definitely appreciate you checking out the stream. I think this is the first time I recognize I remember seeing your gamer tag. It looks like you're pulling for Watt Racing. Watt is absolutely strong, and he won last week at Texas, and I tested with him earlier. He had a pretty good truck tonight. These guys should be coming to the end of stage 1, I'm going to guess here in about 10 laps, and we'll be able to finish up on those adjustments. So we'll rack them and stack them back up. Everybody will have 4 brand new full tank of fuel. They should all be able to make it on fuel, but they want to keep those the freshest tires they can. That way they've got the biggest the most competitive speed. So Okay. There's the again. We caught back up to the 5 little tank right here in front of the 19 of Horn. I'm guessing Horn is your second place truck right now. Kind of keeping very close tabs on that 5. Maybe try to keep as close to his bumper as possible, and see if you can get him to make a mistake. But right now that 5 looks really steady all the way through the corner. Off the corner, I don't see him getting loose at all. It looks like he's got a really good truck under him. But Big Racer, if this is your first time at a watching an NNR race, please by all means go on over to that subscribe button. Just give it a little bit of love tap. Maybe push it on down a little bit, and go to nnrleague.com. You can follow there. On Twitter's @NoName_Racing. Be glad to have you. Usually have a pretty good showing, and would love to add you to the NNR fan base. It's growing every week. Let's see, little taparoo. But let's see. Thank you, Coach Girl. 8 laps
is actually
right there.
Better, but just cannot find a way to get around the 5 truck.
Yeah, the 19 of Horn is very he's stout every week. He's really good. He's a really clean racer. He's gonna have the 5 car pulling him along a little bit, so it could be a little bit of help from the draft, but you never know. Horn. I'm pretty sure I saw Horn drop back. He was in the clutches of other trucks earlier, so he could have a fast truck. He may, who knows? He could be saying, you know what, you pushed me. Let me kind of repay you the favor. I know you missed a race or two earlier in the season. These 10 points are my gift to you. But I'm going to keep going through. Back to the 18 of Cowboy Matt there. 46 of Good Deadpool again, new driver. Here's the 88 of Watt Racing for you, Big Racer. To the outside of the 45 of Servant Cone, right behind the 87 of Ingall. All three, very fast. But again, everybody loves to hog the high line on this track, mostly, I should say. Now, if you can get your truck to Wordle Groove, not only do you not have to worry about the wall grabbing a hold of you, but you can kind of keep up the same momentum. Maybe not exactly the same, but for the most part, yeah. All you do is maybe bump up that right rear tire pressure just a little bit so you can keep it going through. So, yeah. And as you see Big Ray saying, go Watt, clean it up. So, Watt's doing an amazing job keeping right there to the back bumper, that 45 Servant Cone, the 87 right in front of him, and there's the 69 of Rowdy Burns. There we go. You see Blackhammer in the 25, normally an Xfinity driver, making his pit stop. Let's actually go ahead and show you how they're pitting this week. As he goes ahead and leaves the pits, he should keep the truck down as low as possible, coming all the way through. Maybe not keeping it in the gas all the way, but just keeping it between that white line and between the yellow line. And keep it all the way off on the apron, off the track, merge after the yellow line. Flawless entry by the number 25 Blackhammer. Great job. Going to keep going through. Looks like 27 of Jelly Roll's got a little bit of hood damage, so his arrow is definitely not where it was, and that looks like that is the end of stage 1 right there. So, unless I missed where the 19 of JR Horn would have gotten around the 5, the 5 would have probably taken max points, 10 points for the first stage. And we're going to rack them and stack them back up, ladies and gents. All right. I'm going to work my way back up to the 5-car little tank. Anybody else that's out there in chat, just like Big Racer or Country Girl or Coey, Crazy Lady 77. If if you guys want me to get to somebody, by all means, shout them out. I'll try to find them. I'll keep on them for a little bit and maybe share something with you about them if you don't already know. Yeah, looks like actually looks like the 5 and the 19 were your top two, and they had quite a gap on the rest of the field. So, all right, we're gonna get it back up to. Actually, let's sit right here. Actually, it looks like the 19 of J.R. Horn's gonna. Oh no, that wasn't the 19. Not quite sure who that was right there. But yeah, the 90. Okay, so it's the 99 of James Kamal. He must have forgot to pit. Thank you very much. So it looks like 99 Kamal. He's gonna drop to the back. That's gonna leave the front row right back pretty much as it was. It's gonna be the 19. And the 5, and then the 45 of Serving Cone. And I'm looking to see who's on the inside of Serving. That looks like it's a 2 of Dooman, followed by the 69 of Rowdy Burns. And to his outside is the 88 of Watt Racing. So that's your top 6 as we come through 3 and 4. I'm going to try to work my way back up just a little bit. Let's see. Silent Killer checking back in, saying going to the rear out of fuel. So yeah, he forgot to pit. Tough break for the 99 of Kamal. Thank you, Silent, for checking in again. I appreciate the information. And we're gonna go back green. Green. Looks like the 5 truck is going to be able to hold that low line, but the 19 of Horn is going to be able to keep the momentum coming off, and that didn't help me. There we go. There's the 2 of Dooman with the 45 right behind him. There's the 88 of Watt Racing, 69 of Rowdy Burns. Got the 87 of Ingalls 2 outside. 2's going to hold that high line. He should be able to hold that wall all the way around without any kind of problem. The truck probably feels amazing to these guys right now. And yeah, we're going to keep it side by side. Whoa! Into the outside wall. It looks like the 87 of Ingalls is going to be able to easily get on by. Let me see. All right. There's 75 of Fatless Dig. There's the 5 little tank. Yeah, so the 5 did lose that position, but he's going to keep right there with Horn. 5's going to try to duck down. Might have gotten a whole lot more of a run. Maybe not only with the momentum off the high side, but with the draft that he had from the 19. He's going to go ahead and try to pull that slide job. He might not be able to though. 5's going to keep digging. No, Horn's going to have too much momentum off that high side, but hell of a try by the 5. Big wreck on the backstretch. I just saw it on camera. Yeah, he's still going around. There's the 99 of Kamal, and that's the 21 Hasty Cripple right along. I think that's the 46 there with him. And it looks like we're actually still green because those cars were, for the most part, off the track. The caution did not come out. One of the things about the game doesn't always come out. Although, you know what? I was watching a couple races on iRacing earlier where trucks were flipping on the course, and as much as they say, "Oh, iRacing is real," yeah, not so much because the caution didn't come out for them either. So, hey, there we go. You see the 12 of Double J with a lot of damage to his hood. He's actually going to go ahead and pit now. While it's still early in the run, might actually help him a little bit later on as they've got to pit for tires and whatnot. He can go ahead and get out max speed, get that all fixed up, and be on his way. Check back in with the 18 of Cowboy Matt, right behind Soroka. I think that's Soroka anyway. Wasn't quite able to see the number. Here's the 88 of Watt. Boy. Big pack up here for this this looks like that is the lead right here. Yep, there's the 19 of Horn, 45 of Cone, 69 of Rowdy Burns, 88 of Watt, 2 of Dooman. Boy, these I'm guessing they, for the most part, have got their trucks where they want them. Now, Shadowlack, with your testing, did you make any real long runs?
Oh yeah, I ran it dry.
Ran it. How many stops did you have to make before you were actually able to get your truck where you wanted it, based off of what the game allows you is, and the time down pit road, time in pits? What, 2-3 stops?
See, I was actually running a high stable bar and then just tightening it up. So with the setup I was running, I could get my stuff in one stop, no problem. But these guys on low stable bars, if they're wanting to try to loosen it up a little bit, it might take them 2 or 3, depending on what tire pressures they're putting in, because the game just does not allow you to click over fast enough for doing a quarter pound at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't, not at all. And I am back here now with the 13 of Soroka and the 51 kg Swats. Soroka actually looked like he was a little loose right there, so I'm wondering if, like you just said, he started off on a bit higher of a setting, maybe thinking that he'd be able to get a little bit better of a run off. But you also got to think, going through those corners with the wear, although Kansas, I don't think you really wear as much as you do at, say, Sam or a Texas. I think you could probably make a full fuel run, kind of get back up to the front here.
Looks like Ingalls got
Yep.
loose coming off of 2, which allowed Jay Horn to get to the outside. And Ingalls is putting up a heck of a fight though on the bottom still, but he's going to tuck back in.
Yep, he tucked right back in, that right in front of the 45 of Servant Cone, and behind these 3, these guys can't exactly rest. They still have the 69 of Burns and the 2 of Dooman, the 88 of Watt Racing. They've got some pretty fast cars right behind him. As it looks like Ingalls is going to try to duck down behind him again, maybe see if he can get the 18 to flinch, and yeah, that's not the case. Horn is a seasoned racing veteran, not only here on the Heat Series, but also, I mentioned iRacing a little bit ago. He's very big into that as well. So yeah, Horn's not one that you can easily juke out. But man, look at this this string of cars, first through about 7th. They're all, I'm guessing, pretty close on default setting, pretty close on tire pressures, pretty close on wedge. Big run by the 87 again. 45, maybe thinking about, he might have been thinking about taking that 3 wide. I know that he had a good middle line car. Looks like the 87 is going to try a slide job, and he was actually able to pull that, but here comes the 19 with the crossover, with a little bit of help from the 45 of Serving Cone. Back to side by side, going across the start-finish line. 45 is giving the 19 a big push. Shadowlack, these guys are really giving it all that they've got right now, trying to get through the middle of this stage right now. As Carroll comes across the start-finish line, it looks like there's about 26 laps to go at till the end of stage 2.
From what I'm seeing, it looks like
maybe
coming almost like a Daytona, where everyone's on the high line. The only way to get past someone on the down low, you're going to have multiple cars with you, pushing you on the low line to get by that high side. If you only have one car, you better hope you can do a slide job and fit right in. If not, you're going to get stuck outside, or in this case inside, and cars are just going to rope you on the outside. But I was watching Dooman and Watt Racing working earlier, and they were actually making up some time on the bottom working together, but they, of course, now have separated.
Yeah, and you were just talking about pulling it down low and coming up on slide job, and then we saw the 19 Horn with that great momentum off that high side, just be able to get right past the 87. So while the 87 went from third to first, he went back to he was able to get back into second place, but still. Man, great racing. Let's see, Country Girl letting me know there's only 13 laps to go, so I'm guessing maybe that the 9 car is or 9 truck, excuse me, is a fuel. Okay, so there's 20. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so there's 20 laps to go in the stage. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on, because I know Country Girl actually races very close to Cowboy Matt. So if Matt is giving her 13 to go, and I'm getting 20 to go from race control, there's definitely something going on. Not quite sure what, but we'll keep this going here. Silence saying okay. Yep. Silence also saying that there's 20 to go. Looks like 45 of serving cone is going into pits this time. Not quite sure. Okay, yeah, Country Girl saying, yeah, there was 20 more. 1, 2, 20, right, Country Girl? All good. Thanks, though. All right, going to keep going through. Definitely going through a cycle of green flag pit stops. 99 getting under, coming through the trioval right here. Here's the 2 of Dooman. Nobody around him. Looks like the 2 of Dooman and the 88. Ooh, 88 of Watt. Really dogging that car around that bottom line. Looks like he was able to keep it low. He's just got to get it woed up to about 45 mile per hour before he gets across that start-finish line. Otherwise, that would be a black flag. No bueno for that 88. But knowing Watt the way I know him, I highly doubt that was the case. Although people do make mistakes. All right, let's see here. Going to keep going through. Here's the 5 of Lil Tank and the 19 of J.R. Horn. Now, these guys are more than likely the race leaders. Oh, it looks like a Horn guy going across. Gave the 5 car a little bit of a tap. 5 was able to straighten it out and keep it going. Right next to the 87 of Ingalls with 2 of Dooman right behind him. So they were able to catch up quite a bit. But we stay green, so even though Horn messed up a little bit, he was able to keep it going. And actually, it wasn't the 5 that Horn got into. Yeah, it was. I was looking at the wrong information. I apologize. But keep going through here. Here's a 19 of Horn. Here's a 21 of Hasty Cripple. Nobody anywhere around him. Here's a 12 of Double J. Really didn't talk much about him. Look. The damage that he earlier in the race, he's still got. Maybe he figured no sense in fixing it at that time. It was still kind of early in the race, but he definitely wants to try to get that fixed up. Or he did fix it, but the game's graphics still showed it all messed up. But let's keep going through. Yes, sir.
Those cars that pitted early. Gave up a ton of time on the cars that waited a lap later. Serving Cone pitted a lap before Jay Horn and them, and now he's out front, and it looks like he's got quite a lead.
All right, so let's see if we can't find the 19 Horn. So let's see here.
I think, Pete, when this cycle concludes, I think the 45 is going to be out front.
It's I was thinking kind of the same thing, either the 45 or the 88. They were all close, but then again, that lead pack was very, very close earlier. 45 is actually quite a lot of lag out of this 45 right now. He was lagging a little bit earlier when he was on pit road, but looks like it's kind of evened out for him. Yeah, it looks like it was just maybe just the spike right there. It looks like he's okay now. Just got to hope that doesn't happen as he's a little bit back there in trouble. Let's kind of get back. So, okay, so actually the car that, from what Kamal is, or Silent is saying in the chat, 45 was your leader right there. So 45's got a pretty big commanding lead. Let's see if we can't find another battle somewhere else on the track, though. 45 was all by himself. No sense in watching that. Let's see a battle here between the 5 and the 87. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, here he's got the 69 of Rowdy Burns, the 88 of Watt, 5 of Little Tank, and the 87 of Ingalls. These guys, with the exception of the 5 was a little bit closer to the 19 earlier, but he's going to try to pull a slide jump up inside the 88s. They're 3 wide going down the back stretch. 88 thought a little bit better of it. Just, whoa, what a cross. Ooh, about cut the 5's nose off. Very, very aggressive turn by the 88 across the 5. He's lucky he wasn't just a little bit quicker. That could have ended pretty badly for both the 88 and the 5. 5 would have gone up towards the wall, and the 88 would have gone down towards the inside wall. But yeah, here they are, side by side, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Little bit of contact right there, almost. Yep. Oh, no, almost about that. But it looks like he was able to hold on to it. Great hands by Ingalls.
Looked like he got a little loose, but him and Watt Racing looked like they were hanging in there on that bottom line, drafting together.
Yeah, they were hanging in there, side by side for third, fourth, second. Or I can't talk tonight. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. There we go. I'll get it out. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna find our leader, and I'm gonna let the sound effects that this game has changed to, the reverb, especially since they're riding the wall so much on this game. I'm gonna find the 45, and I'm just gonna kind of be quiet for a second and let y'all really hear the sound of these motors. Actually, no, I'll find this packer. Here we go. Rowdy Burns. Okay, let's actually leave it here with the 99 of Kamal. I'll get with the truck. I'm gonna mute my mic, so all you hear is the motor, the time that they're in the gas, time that they're out of the gas, maybe draft. The reverb off the wall. These trucks are amazing. All right, so yeah, again, I mean the sound effects to the upgrades that they've made to the game to Heat 4 versus Heat 3 is amazing. I had and I might at some point in the near future a way to do a crank it up session, kind of like what you might have heard in the past through HD Motorsports YouTube, which will cover the Cup guys right from here at Kansas Motor Speedway on Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Country Girl, the guy that's in the booth with me tonight is actually Shadilak. He's the driver of the 6 truck right here in the truck series. He's having a couple of issues tonight, so he decided rather than cause anybody else's truck some harm, he just figured he'd come up here with me, maybe give me some insight into the race, insight into how the trucks are feeling, talk about maybe a little bit about his competition, things like that. But yeah, this is Shadilak, Country Girl.
She probably would notice me more from Xfinity. I'm actually her favorite driver's teammate in Xfinity.
There you go.
So yeah, actually, me and Cowboy Matt have been racing together over here, so been on setups. So
very nice. I was
gonna
there
try
you go.
Come down, run a race, see how the connection was while I'm staying at my buddy's house till my apartment's ready. And since it wasn't good, I asked Pete if I could join him, and I appreciate him letting me join him, actually.
All right. Well, there you go, Country Girl. Cowboy and Matt knows all about Cadillac. Going to keep through a big battle here, right between the 5 and the 87. Looks like the 5's got a pretty good run through that middle line. He might need to free that car up just a little bit more so he can really dig, through the middle lane, like what we saw the 45 serving cone be able to do earlier. But yeah, that's great run by the 5 Little Tank tonight. He got max stage points in the first stage, and here he is running pretty close to the front in stage 2. As soon as I've got Carol's stream up, the same as I do on Thursday nights, I'll get us a lap count. Sammy, thank you very much for checking in the stream tonight, sir. Looks like they've got 2 laps to go. Yeah, 35 laps out of 37. Good to see you, Sammy. Big push from the 5 to the 87 as they go across the start-finish line. That should be one more. So I'm going to try to get to... I don't think the 5 was. I'm going to guess the 45, wherever he may be. Too fast. Loading my camera. There's the 45 serving cone. Yep. 45 serving cone crossing the start finish line. More than likely, that's stage 2 for him. No competition anywhere around him. So that'll, I figured that when he was still going. There's still one more lap. So, man. Hey, there you go. Just winging it. Somebody else listens on Thursday nights.
I tune in every Thursday. You guys do an amazing job covering this series.
All right. This 45. He's lagging like crazy. All right. Yep. So we're going to have to rack and stack them again, back up. So the 5 of Little Tank won stage 1, 45 of Serving Cones won stage 2, and if the 87 was in second place, there is 9 extra bonus points. But we're going to let these guys get 4 brand new Mr. Feelgoods, fill it up on gas. Going to make them feel like Superman all over again for at least 20 laps, and then not so much. All right. Well, the guys are very, very strung out, but we're about to bunch them back up again. All right. Let's see.
Pulls down.
All right. Yep, 45. From what I'm hearing from Team Comms, 45 is actually going to go ahead and pull that truck pits. It's having some connectivity issues right now, as you saw during the end of that stage. So 45 is going to pull into the pits and call it a night. Maybe reset his internet equipment, and I'm sure we may see him next week. I'm going to keep going through the field here. I'm going to try to get back up towards the front. Here's the 5 and 19. They've been pretty close all night long. I'll actually pick up with the 75 and see what kind of a push he's capable of giving the 19 of Horn. As you see so I guess with the 45 dropping out, they're going to allow the 5 to control, what position he was in, just like they would in real NASCAR, where they want high lane, low lane. But either way, we're a back green. There goes the 5, they're 88, and it looks like the 75 got a bad restart. Kind of jumbled up the back half of the field there a little bit. Definitely did not get going.
I have to give a little shout out to not team owner in Xfinity, but also my brother KG Swat's looking pretty strong. in that old Days of Thunder throwback.
Yeah, I said a couple times that Rowdy Burns should have driven the 51 with the name he's got, and then Swatch has been in the chat a couple times saying no, that's my number, but yeah, I mean between the mellow yellow throwbacks, the actual Rowdy Burns throwbacks, I love the different paint schemes that you guys come up with for these races. So yeah, great racing, great keep going through the field here. Everybody on these brand new tires. They want to get as many positions as they can from the start, and to where all they've got to do is actually defend the position they've got. And while that may be just a little bit easier than actually getting the position, it's still, it's still rough. So right now with the 5 of Little Tank, your leader, the 87 of Ingall sitting P3, 88 of Watt in third, 19 of Horn in fourth, and I think that's the 2-car of Dooman sitting there in fifth. These guys have really been your front runners all night long. I am glad to see as we go 3 wide going into 1 and 2, 5 up high. Looks like the 87 is actually able to pull up to the back of the 5, pull down just a little bit and pull right back up in front of him. Maybe got a little bit of a side draft going there. Pulled the 5 back to him just a little bit, and here comes the 19. He's going to try the same thing. Let's see if we can't see exactly what the 87 did. 19 wasn't able to replicate it, but still a great run. 19 down low, 5-car going to stay above the white line going through the apron. Here comes the 88 of Watt Racing, then 2 of Dooman. Again, this is your top 5 with, I think that's the, I think that's a 37. Yeah, right there in sitting P6. So great run by Bod Fusion. I mentioned earlier that I ran a few test laps with Bod and the 88 of Watt Racing earlier, and Bod had a really good car the long run. So here we are, start of stage 3, keeping up with these leaders. If you can keep in a draft, maybe just save a little bit of save a little bit of gas. Not sure if it'll come down to that with the stage as we get further and further into stage 3. Swatch, do you remember how many laps stage 3 was?
I actually.
Okay, so we're at lap 90 right now. So we're talking about 70 more laps to go, give or take.
Yeah, so 70 more laps. You're looking at least 3 pit stops if you can stretch it. If not, you're gonna have to make another short stop. Trying to think.
Okay.
I know.
Well,
I know in Xfinity, that final stage is 100 laps, or it's like 110. If you want to do it, you can do it in 4, but you're gonna have to make sure you run full fuel runs. But these guys, if they have their cars set up, or trucks set up right, they shouldn't have a problem with tires unless they don't have something set up. They should be good to go on tires to make it a full fuel run.
Boy, you were telling us about that. It looks like the 12 of Double J tagged that wall and really stacked up the back of the field. They were all able to get by, but it was definitely not without contact. I think he almost touched about every car that got by him. He's really struggling tonight. That damage going into the corner has really made that truck pretty tight, I think. Kind of a rough night for Double J, but I'm sure he'll rebound when we come back. Which, by the way, our next race on a Sunday night anyway is actually at the Roval, but it is not next week or the week after. We are actually off for 2 weeks for the Christmas and New Year break. I think the date for the next race was actually Sunday, January the 5th of 2020. So for you guys that are in the stream right now, if you're not capable of watching on Tuesday night for the Xfinity guys right here from Kansas. We're on Thursday night with HD Motorsports over on YouTube. If you're not able to catch those, I want to wish you guys right now a very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Please be safe. I hope Santa gets you anything that you want. But we will not be back on the track here in the trucks until January the 5th. I'm going to keep going through the field to catch up with the 18 car at Cowboy Matt. Right behind him, he's got your brother. He's got the 51 of Swats, keeping a real close eye. Right behind him is the 13 of Soroka. Looks like the 51's really just kind of pushing along, pushing that 18 truck along, going through the trial with Soroka really, really close in tow. Matt's car really looks very stable. Like he can put it anywhere he wants, and it's he's got that truck digging. So great truck for Cowboy Matt tonight. Thank you, Coey. I definitely appreciate you checking on that date for me. Make sure everything was correct. But yeah, if you want to be able to take a look at our schedule, go over to nnrleague.com. And all of our league information is right there. You want to know more about the Cups, Cup Series, Xfinity Series, Truck Series, whichever. It's all right there at your fingertips. If in the colder weather you want to buy yourself a hoodie, nice little NNR hoodie, big red letters. Where it's all right there. You want a mug, you want a keychain, you want a T-shirt. Go ahead, go take a visit. We'll get that out to you. But here's the 37 of Bod Fusion cutting down right in front of the 75. 75, a little bit of a lag spike. Gave the 37 a bit of a hit. But it looks like they were able to hold it together. Don't see any other issue right there. All looks good. Yes, Country Girl. These are trucks. These are bigger than the Xfinity cars as far as height goes, but smaller than the semis. So these are trucks. Yes.
I was going to say
I gotta stop. I gotta stop saying cars.
I was going to say these
I gotta
things have
stop saying
tailgates,
cars.
they ain't cars.
Yeah. I gotta stop saying cars. It's force of habit. There you go.
2 out of the 3 nights broadcasts, they're cars.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a break.
All right, I appreciate it. See, he's giving me a break, Country Girl. All right, here's 52 of Redneck Man, again right behind the 37 of Bod Fusion. Bod looks like he's dropped back just a little bit, might have lost a couple spots. But again, better on the long run. Going to keep on going through. Here's 51 of KG Swats, just kind of hanging on to the back of the draft. Looks like he got a little loose right there, coming off of 1 and 2, heading into 3 and 4, right behind Bod Fusion. Here's the 87 of Ingalls, your leader. Looks like he's really been able to stretch it out a little bit over the 19 of Horn and the 5 of Little Tank and the 88 of Watt Racing. Now, being that Ingalls is a Cup driver, go ahead.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
Yep, being that Ingalls is a Cup driver, this is really just for seat time for Ingalls. All right, he's not racing for points. He's not racing for points. He is here just to better himself against the Cup guys on Thursday night. So while this truck, Country Girl, it's not quite as fast, some have said that the handling characteristics are actually very, very close. So where the handling characteristics of the truck and the speed of the Xfinity cars, the mix of the two really help these guys with their Cup cars. So that's why you see some of these guys come down and work their way through. All right, but I'm going to keep going through. Let's see. Looks like got another retiree, the 99 of Kamal. You see the R2 truck Duman.
Duman.
He's gonna go ahead and make his green flag pit stop right here. Again, keeping it above the grass, but below that white line, getting it clean in the pit road. We'll up to 45 mile per hour, and that's the way you do it. So, I'm gonna get back up here. Here's the 5 little tank, trying to keep as big a tab on the 87 as possible. Little Tank's car is pretty strong. Oh, that's actually the 90. Little Tank truck is actually pretty strong tonight. I'm glad to see this run out of the guy.
Yeah, he actually already came down pit road for his stop. So I'm actually curious to see where he comes out at, being that he's pitted quite a few laps before the leaders have decided to come down. He's going to make up a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
As it looks like Ingalls is dropping now to go into pit road.
From the time you pit until the time you start to settle back in on your normal wear times, what was the difference in time on track? Per lap, from like lap 1 through like lap 6.
With fresh tires and a full tank of fuel, depending on how good your setup was, you're looking at running about a 31.7 to start, and you might hit probably 3 laps in the 31.7s or 8s, and then you start losing about a tenth a lap. So he's making up probably about a second right now on the 87.
Wow. So yeah, making up big time. Those are big chunks to be making up out of the trucks that you were just racing for the lead. So we'll have to absolutely see how Little Tank fares as the rest of the field makes their and completes their green flag pit stops. Going to keep going through. Big pack actually coming off pit road right here is the 13 of Soroka and a couple others. Looks like the 9th Horn and the 87 of Ingalls. So yeah, you're the leaders that you just had right here, and I don't think the 13 of Soroka was among those leaders. So those the 87 and the 19, they looks like they were able to get out or get in and get out a little bit better than the 69 of Rowdy Burns was able to. So they're going to stay kind of nose to tail across the start-finish line, heading into 1 and 2. Again, brand new tires, so they could probably almost go full throttle right here. Maybe just check up a little bit, but not all that much. Kind of keep going here. Here's the 18 of Cowboy Matt. Here is the 88 of Watt Racing just now rejoining the race. So it looks like he was actually the last to pit of those lead lap trucks, or leader trucks, I should say. Okay. Let's see. Here's 37 of Bod Fusion.
Little Tank's going into 1 right now, and if he's the leader, he's got a pretty good sized lead on it. Looks like Duman.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So from what I'm getting, the 5-car Little Tank is still your leader. Pretty, and I'm sure not too far behind. You'll find the 19 of J.R. Horn. 37 is running P5. Last I heard, you'll find the 2 of Duman, the 88 of Watt Racing. The guys that have been up front all night long. Let's keep going through. All right, here's the 87 of Ingalls, giving the 51 a big push going down the back stretch. Going to try to duck under, as looks like the 51 kind of got hung up by the 18 of Matt, but Matt, or the Ingalls in the 87 was actually able to passed both trucks in going through right there in 3 and 4. Power move, as HD would love to say, on these guys, and it looks like the 51 is going to kind of pinch the 87 up. He might not have been too happy with the way that he just passed him, although it was clean. Yeah, a little bit of contact between these guys is going to go no, they were thinking about 3 wide, but one of them, great call. Again, still strong, great racing by these guys, and so far we've had just the stage break cautions. So these guys have been able to keep just about 100 laps caution free, again, except for the stages. Again, another testament as to why NNR is the best on default, hands down. I'm going to keep going through the field. Two of Dooman, and the 88 of Watt Racing right behind him.
That's a battle for second.
All right, battle for P2 right here. So means quite a bit. I mean, there's still about 55 or 56 laps to go, give or take. So while these guys battle, I mean, if you can get to the high line and hold the guy behind you, right there, it's going to make it all that, it's going to make it that much harder for that guy to get past you again. So right now, the 88, he knows that there's a long way to go, but he's got to do everything that he can to keep the 2 behind, so he doesn't have to fight hard, maybe burn up his tires trying to get past the Dooman, and it may not even happen. So, while the 88's being a bit defensive, trying to run different lines, trying to break the draft of the 2 of the Dooman, it's he's got to do everything that he can do to keep as much distance between himself and the 2. I'm going to keep going through. Here's the 75 of Fatless Dig, your 4th place driver right now. There's the 5. Here's the 54 of BMX Killer. Haven't really talked much about him tonight. He's kind of back here all by himself right now. Really nobody around him. I think that was just the 52 of kind of forgetting his name, drawing a blank. Excuse me. But Hasty Cripple. Here's the 12 of Double J. Double J, last I saw, was running right around P12. So even with this damage, he's still running pretty strong. Not too many cars left on a lead lap right now. But still, it could turn out to be a pretty good points night for the 12, especially with so many early retirees. You keep going through the field. The 88 of Watt with the 2 of Dooman. Looks like the 88 has been able to pull away just a little bit. The 37 of Bod Fusion. The 25 of Blackhammer. Blackhammer is an Xfinity driver, kind of getting, as I mentioned earlier, a little bit of seat time. Jelly Roll looks like his motor's expired. There's 13 of Soroka. Talk about the 37 and then go right to the 13. Both of these guys very, very big in the dirt part of Heat 3 and Heat 4. So great to see these guys have pretty strong runs. They're still trying to adapt to the pavement side of things, but you can't say that they're not trying, because I think I've seen these guys turn more laps on the tracks that we're going to each and every week to try to get better and better, and it shows. These guys have been really fast, but I don't think it's going to be all too long before that 13 in this series finds his way to victory lane. Let's keep going through. There's a 9-car truck, Carroll, excuse me. Last time was a lap down. Actually, from his stream, he's actually 2 laps down. So bad luck for Carroll. I know that was part of that earlier wreck on the backstretch. And probably had to pit to fix that damage up. Cost him a lap. Going to keep going through. Here's Big Papa Bear driving that 90 truck. Nobody around him. He's got the track all to himself. so he can kind of work on his line. Actually, by that truck going side to side, looks like he might have to work on the truck. Here's the 52 Redneck Man's in pits. The 51 of KG Swats, holding off the 19 of Horn.
You haven't watched the 51 and 19. They've been pretty much hail. Probably a good solid 15 laps.
Ooh, you see the 19 just slapped that wall a little bit. Looks like he might have lost the nose as he pulled up behind the 51, or maybe just didn't realize the closing distance that he had, and really gave the wall a little bit of a pancake. Serving Cone, thanks for checking into the stream, sir. Bad luck tonight, sir, but I'm sure you'll be back in 2 weeks when we head to the Charlotte Roval, stronger than ever. Right now, the leader, last I heard, was
Little Tank.
The 88 of Watt Racing.
Oh, did Little Tank come down for a pit stop?
Let's see if we can't find that 88 for you. Yep, we just saw the 5 truck, the other main competitor. Yep, looks like 5's in the pits. Let's see, there's the old 88, and judging by his camera, he's got nobody around him, so he's got just about the whole straightaway to himself. Here he is coming off of 3 and 4. Going to duck down low onto the apron, get really close to that grass, kind of straighten out the front stretch as much as he can, back up towards the wall, dip it down about midway through the real strong, high gas, drift back up towards the wall. Yeah, this looks like the 88's really handling very well. Let's see. But yeah, looks like the 88. He can pretty much put that truck anywhere he wants it. Servant Cone, if you want, at some point, send me a message. I can try to help you with your connection. I'm sure there's something that we can figure out. There's a lot of different ways to if you're running wireless right now, that we can actually get that wired. Through the use of a couple pieces of equipment from like Best Buy and whatnot, but don't cut yourself short just yet. But we'll talk about that offline. Here's 37 of Bod Fusion. Looks like that's not the 46. I think that's the 97 right behind him, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to keep going through. Here's the 25 Black Hammer coming out. 13 Soroka. Looks like with more and more cars coming down pit road and with a few retirees, the field's looking a little thin, but they are getting a bit spread out. But it's going to be a great points night for some that may not normally finish higher. I mean, you take the 37 of Bod Fusion. It's had a really rough year so far. Last I heard, he was sitting like right around P5. With Fatless Dig sitting P4. Watt Racing, who won last week, was P1. Little Tank, that actually missed a couple races, was running up front also. So great running by some of these guys. Kansas can be a pretty intense track. It can be really intimidating as well, since you got to get so close to the high line. So great running for some of these guys. All right, here's the 51 of KG Swats with the 9 of Carroll right behind him. Going to keep dipping through. Let's see, looks like they are about 127 or 167, so just about 40 laps to go, I'm going to guess, give or take, 'cause I know Carroll's a couple laps down. Let's see. So yep, exactly 4. So, yep, 40 laps to go. Here's the 2 of Dewman. Really nobody around him right now.
Speaking of the 2, Pete, He's
Yeah.
in front of Little Tank, and I believe Newman pitted a lap after Little Tank and was behind him, but now he's in front. So I'm not sure if Little Tank is either actually lapping the two, or if maybe Little Tank might have had a penalty or had a lot of damage or something to fix. Because now the two's in front of him, and I'm thinking that the two is actually in front of him on the track, not just just because he is, but because he's actually position-wise in front of him.
Yeah, I'm on the front bumper of the 5 truck right now. As you see the 12 of Double J trying to get on by, and see the 88 of Watt Racing coming out of the pits as well. That's very, very possible. There, when I go to the hood cam on that 5, there is a bit of damage. It looks like the front left is sticking up just a little bit. So he's definitely not at 100% aero anymore. I'm not sure if he got into somebody as they were going into the pits, or what happened to the 5, or is that maybe just lag damage? We'll have to keep an eye on the 5 as the race progresses. Or like you said, did Dooman possibly have a problem and get lapped? I don't know. We used to say, Zane, we need the tool, but unfortunately Zane's not with 704 anymore. Now it's some Mr. Wilson, guy that is controlling it all. And so yeah, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and @ the guy, because we need a running order, we need distance between the trucks, and we need a count. I mean, we need quite a bit more. And if any of you guys are followers of the Pro League, they've got all those tools. They just choose for some reason not to give it to us. But we'll that's a story for another day.
So
all right.
Hearing from Race Control, the 2 is the leader, and the 5 had a massive lead on that group, and now him and Watt, the 2 of Dooman and Watt Racing and the 88 are now in front of him. So I'm starting to think maybe the 5 might have had a speeding penalty.
Or yeah, it could have very well been. Or maybe when he was going into his pits, maybe he locked up the tires too much and ended up getting into the wall. And that's where he got that damage from. I mean, because his truck was clean, he was fast, he was digging. But now he's got that damage, which I'm sure, just like we were talking about earlier, Double J made it really, really tight getting into the corner. Can't exactly hug that wall the way you want it to when the car is pushing up. You got to check up a little bit more, or choose a new entry into the corner, so you don't scrub off too much speed if you do make contact with the wall. Again, the walls here are very unforgiving. I'm going to keep going through. Here's the 18 of Cowboy Matt. Let's kind of see where Matt's at. He doesn't really have anybody in front of or behind him. So Matt's, again, able to really run his own line. As I listen to his motor, he's on the gas a lot of the time. I mean, he's off for just a brief second, getting into 3 and 4. Be able to hear the same thing. He's off the gas. It looks like he might be pushing just a little bit, but he's off the gas for a little bit longer than I expect. But then again, these guys, they've been they would have just pitted 10 laps ago, so he shouldn't really have to stay out of the gas that much just yet. But and I don't see a whole lot of damage to the front of this 10 truck at all. So I'm not quite sure why he's having to stay out of the gas so long. He might just need to.
I believe Matt is running a low stable bar.
Yeah, I would imagine so, and really didn't make too many changes, because I would imagine with the times on for green flag pit stops and the changes, he would have been able to loosen this up, bring his wedge down a little bit, maybe jack up his right rear, maybe come down a little bit on the left rear. There's a few to do with these to loosen them up, to get into these corners better. But I mean, he's running down this 90. I'm sorry, the 20 is that? Yeah, it's a 20 right there. But yeah, Matt definitely looks pretty tight. I'm gonna keep going through. It looks like from what Country Girl's saying, Matt's actually he's running in 10th. Yep. Hey, look at that! Great minds think alike. Lot of retirees tonight, Shad. A lot of retirees.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised Rowdy retired. I don't know what his deal was. He had a strong truck. Stage was right up there battling, and then I seen probably about 10 laps into the second stage, he was retired, and Jelly Roll followed him not too much longer after that.
Yeah, I really don't know. I thought I mean, he was up there. He was up there with the 88. He was up there with the 2 and the 19 and the 5. And I don't know why he would have retired. Something had to have happened. But we'll keep going through. There's a 90 of Papa Bear. 52 of Redneck Man, kind of all by himself. Here's the 51, your brother, KG Swats. Kind of not really by himself. It looks like he has the draft of the 13 of Soroka. These guys have been around each other all night long. There's the 87 of Ingalls to the outside of the 25. 25 is going to push up track just a little bit. What he should do, really, being a new driver to NNR, is really line up behind the 87 and learn how the faster guys in NNR work their way around. Let's see here. Looks like Stryker's checking in, saying strong truck, just bad luck. I thought I just saw Stryker still out on the track, unless he's got somebody typing that for him.
I seen him duck down into the pits. I wonder if he decided to retire.
Yeah, I'm guessing. That's gonna make the points for tonight even that much more valuable. That many retirees, but looks like the 88 of Watt Ray has just continued to pad his lead. He is still pulling away from the 2 of Dooman. And yeah, he's just as strong as he was earlier. So he's found a rhythm. He's found the air pressures that he's liked. He's found the wedge and the tape that suit his driving style. And if he can keep it going, he'll go back to back. Winning last week at Texas. And this week again here at Kansas. Very different kinds of tracks. Texas is a one fast lane track. Whole lot of wear. Here, multi groove. Not a whole lot of wear. You can go 2 and 3 wide if you had. So Watt Racing showing that he can do it anywhere. Going to keep going through. Here's the 37 of Bod Fusion. 25 Black Hammer. Let's see. Jelly Roll. Here's Soroka still out on track. 9 of Carroll. 28. 28 is Stryker, or 20 is Stryker. Numbers kind of. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like Stryker's got on that truck. Boy, that splitter's really pushed up on the left side. I imagine that truck is pretty tight. Going to keep going through.
Well, Pete, we got the 5 who pitted. The 2 of Dooman pitted a lap later. Dooman came out in front of the 5 once again. And unless the 88 can make it on fuel, I do believe that the 2 is going to retake the lead after cycles are complete. Now, of course, Watt will have fresher tires when he comes out, which is what is allowed him to pass Dooman and pull away there. So it's going to be interesting to see where Dooman and the 5 truck come out compared to Watt Racing.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the 2, the 88, the 5, the 19, a lot of these guys, you're really talking about some really, really fast trucks. And you mentioned earlier, if you pit early enough, and some of these other guys stay out, you're talking about making up times in excess of a second or more. So it's really gonna have to we're gonna have to see how it plays out. Who's able to get into the pits easier? Who's gonna have a better exit? Not touching the grass, not getting loose, not locking down the truck, getting into the corner. So, man, there's a whole lot of what ifs, or what could happen as these guys continue to come around. You see the 75 of Fatless Diggs coming back out onto track, what should be his last pit stop. And it looks like they've got about 21 laps to go. Carroll's stream is showing that he's 2 laps down, so I'm guessing 21. Let's keep going through.
Watts continue to stay on the track, so he's losing a ton of time, but he will have, it looks like he's ducking down now, but he will have fresh tires those last 20 laps.
Well, if he's ducking down right now, it would be right around, 18 or 19 to go for Watt, but he would have given up a bunch of valuable time, because you were able to go, 27 laps on a tank of fuel?
If I remember right, I think it's around 24, 25.
Okay, gotcha. Now, if you back it down in the corner, get off the gas a little bit longer, or maybe not full throttle, you could probably save two, maybe almost 3 laps of fuel. So if the 88 had that kind of a lead, I don't know. It may actually come down to fuel strategy. Let's see.
88's exiting pits now.
If he's exiting pits right now.
Him right now.
Yep, here comes the 5, a little tank to his outside, right along with the 18 of Cowboy Matt. There's the 12 of Double J. So did the 5 just pass the 88, and these other guys are lapped down? I know Cowboy Matt was back in 10th, and last I think I heard, Rowdy Burns checking in. Hell of a race when I was there. Couldn't wait till Tuesday. Watch out for the 69. I have no doubt in my mind, Rowdy. Sorry for the luck tonight, and I'm not saying that in any kind of a snide way. I definitely want to always see you do well. But yeah, so now I wonder if the 5 really just made up all that time on the 88. You see where the 5 is right around Double J and whatnot, and the 88 of Watt is quite a ways back. As you hear from Race Control, that the 2 of Dooman is actually the race leader. So just like you said earlier, Shadowlack, this did all revert back to the control of the 2 car, and these guys really do have they've been green all night long. Maybe should have had a caution earlier, but they didn't. Yeah, we're really gonna have to see if we have one of those late race fluke cautions to get that would pack these or get these guys all bunched back up together again, fresh tires, ready to roll. But I don't think so. I think what we see here is what we're going to get. It's been all green flag, clean racing, tough racing, positional racing. Getting on and getting off of pit road has been very, very important tonight. It's it really hasn't disappointed. I hate to see all these retirees, but man, what can you do? Let me see. Striker's checking back in again. I'm guessing during green flag pit stops. He says, "What a damn race! This is fun, green flag fun." Yeah, I agree with you, Striker. This is great green flag racing. See the 51 of Swats battling hard. 19 of Horn. Swats to the outside. 19 to his inside. Going through the corner wash. Oh, whoa. That was close. 19's getting loose. KG Swats really had to check up, be a bit of a nice guy. So now he's going to give the 19 a shove going down the backstretch. 19's going to keep it up high. 51 going to try a little side draft. 19's going to try to power through. 51's going to fall right back in behind him. Coming off 4 across the start finish line. These guys are battling hard. Here's the 21. Here's, again, the 12 of Double J. 18 to Cowboy Matt. Let's see.
Looking at the leaders pit, Pete.
Yep.
Looks like the 5 is reeling in, and then the 88 is reeling in both of them on those fresh tires. I just don't know if the 88 will have enough time to get by both trucks to get the victory.
Yeah, I mean, when you figure that the fastest way around is the high line, unless you can really get a draft, duck down going into the corner and then slide job back up towards hitting the wall and without cutting the other guy's nose off to where you end up in a wreck. It'd be interesting to see if the 88 or the 5 can really do anything with the 2. I think the 2 is going to have command of the line, and they're not going to really be able to do much. But that air is a big factor on this track. I'm actually going to go ahead and try to find that 2 and see if I can't get a shot looking back from him.
Yeah, the 5's pretty much pulled right up to his bumper, and then the 88's only about cars behind both of them, so it's going to be a heck of a battle here at the finish, with the 88 having about, 7 lap fresher tires?
Yeah. I keep going past. There's the 2 of you, man. All right. So the 2 of Dooman is actually just giving the 18 of Cowboy Matt a little bit of a shot. There comes the 5, a Little Tank. Little Tank's actually going to take it on the outside. I'm surprised that the 2 of Dooman. Oh, the 88 and the 5 just made door-to-door contact. That allowed the 2 car to really pull away. 5 came down on the 88. I'm not sure if he had to check up or if he slammed the wall and was pulling left to get away, but big contact there between the 5 and the 88. They might have just actually given this race to the 2. The 5 had a massive run on the high side, and all of a sudden, he just turned left. I'm guessing, again, to pull off the wall. Maybe he got tight. I don't know. I can go back through the replay at another time and find out exactly. But, yeah, I think somebody just gift-wrapped this win for the 2. And they may not be able. They may not have enough time to fight their way back up.
I think the 87 of Ingalls has not worked his way back into second. I think unless he's a lap down, he's now in front of the 5 and the 88. Oh yeah, so hearing from race control, he's actually not a lap down. So I believe he's in second now, and it looks like he's closing in on Dooman.
All right, let me go ahead and pull up the 87's camera here. There we go. Yeah, you're right. And actually, it looks like the 5 has been able to regain himself a little bit. He's trying to pull off of the draft from the 87 to pull himself back up. And there's, I think that was not quite sure who that light colored car is right in front of.
Ooh.
I don't understand. The 2 of Dooman actually is giving up the high line. Why?
I believe he's trying to conserve fuel because the 5 is ducking down. The 5 could not make it on fuel. I believe the 2 is probably trying to conserve. So instead of taking a huge hit and coming down pit road and losing a bunch of spots, I think he's trying to conserve fuel and just lose a few here and there, but still finish probably in the top 5.
All right, so yeah, we were talking about possibly 2 or 3 laps short earlier, backing up your corners, not going full throttle coming off. King Noble, this is Xbox. This is all on Xbox. This is the NNR Racing League. If you want to know more about us, please go to nnrleague.com or no name_racing on Twitter, Facebook. Search NNR. All kinds of content out there about this league. All these guys are default 2 times wear, 2 times fuel, full damage, full flags. Yeah. Go on over to that subscribe button. Go ahead and smash it. Just like you saw the 5 and 88 kind of get into each other. Tap that subscribe button and follow along. Sunday nights right here, 9 o'clock Eastern for the Truck Series. Tuesdays, 9 o'clock Eastern for the Xfinity Series, and then Thursdays over on HD Motorsports YouTube channel. That's where our Cup Series race. And yeah, these guys they get after it every week. Going to keep going through. Thing to see, Shadowlack, if these guys are capable of. If the 87 of Ingalls is capable of stretching this out, as I see the 2 of Dooman going down pit road.
Yeah, I wasn't following the 87. I'm not sure how many laps later, or if he pitted on the same lap as the 2. If he did, then he's been able to save some. I'm not sure if the 75, if Flatless Dig is on the lead lap and just past Watt Racing for position, or if he's a lap down and just past Watt Racing. But the 75 looks to be having a lot of speed right now, so I'm not sure if he's a lap down with fresher tires.
Yeah, Ingalls. So finding out right now through race control that the 87 of Ingalls is still our is our race leader. I shouldn't say still. Once he was able to get past the 2 of Dooman, that was really it. And we've got to be within 2 to go. So I'm gonna try to find Ingalls right now. I just passed him. I should be able to find him again. Come on. There we go. All right, so yeah. Here's Ingalls behind the 18 of Cowboy Matt. Really no competition for him at all. As that looks like that was the race right there, so I was able to get up to him just as the checkers fly. So 87 of Ingalls again taking this by storm and able to pad his ever growing win count in the trucks and Xfinity Series. Let's see here. Waiting for Carol's stream to come through. All right, so Ingalls was first. Fatless Dig.
Oh.
Yep. All right, so we need to get Ingalls
passing the 88
yep.
position.
So we need Ingalls, Fatless Dig, and Watt Racing to the booth. I have Ingalls and Watt on my friends list. Not so sure about Fatless Dig. There's Ingalls. All right. Can you find Fatless Dig and please send him an invite? All right. Never mind. I got him. Yeah, go right ahead. All right, so yeah, that was the NNR truck guys from Kansas Motor Speedway tonight. We're gonna hear from Ingalls here in just a little bit. We'll also hear from 75 of Fatless Dig for the first time, and we'll also hear from Watt, last week's winner at Texas. We're just gonna stand by for 1 second.
Watt won at Phoenix. I won last week.
Oh, yeah, my bad. All right, guys, please make sure to include your audio. These trucks kind of race. They run together. Trust me. All these races run together.
Sounds like my weeks.
All right, so let's see. So what you got me? All right.
There we go.
All right. So you got me now.
Yeah.
All right. What? It seemed like the battle up front was really the 5 Little Tank, 19 a Horn, 2 a Dooman, you, the 69 of Rowdy, and maybe like 1 or 2 others. I really didn't see where you got any kind of damage to your truck. You were able to keep it among the class of the field. Tell us about your third place run.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm a little frustrated. I think I had the win there. The 5 got loose as I was charging down Dooman. He got loose out of the corner, came down and hit me on the side, and I had to try to save my truck, and that left me in third. So I'm confident I was going to run down Dooman. He had to pit anyways, and that contact cost me the race.
Yeah, we were actually on the 2 Dooman wondering if he was going to be able to hold off the 5. And when I saw Dooman go low and the 5 was going to try going around him, and all of a sudden his car jerked to the left, I wasn't sure if maybe he got grabbed by the wall and was just trying to pull left to get away. And then I saw the 2 of you make contact, but you were still able to run him back down. Man, overall, it looked like a great race. I was able to get a few practice laps in with you and Bod Fusion earlier, so I knew you were going to be competitive, man. Congrats, P3, a little bit more in the points bank. Any shout-outs tonight, sir?
Not really. I mean, it was a good race. Proud to be in the NNR league. I'm frustrated right now. I think that was mine, so I'm a little frustrated, but proud to that'll be my 6th straight top 5. So I mean, can't be too upset. But I thought I had win number 2 there.
Yeah. Well, man, great job tonight, guys and girls. Ingalls, your 3rd place winner. Shadowlac, go ahead and take Fatless Diggs, please.
Fatless Diggs, got a copy?
I do.
Well, congratulations on P2. Me and Repeat had flipped over to you quite a few times and noticed that you look like you had a really strong truck. And actually, that right there at the end, I was wondering if you were passing Watt for a position, or if maybe you happened to get caught a lap down. Tell us a little bit about your race and what you've seen out there. How was your truck? Was it loose? And I'm kind of curious, actually, when you pitted on that final pit stop.
Yeah, we had some pretty good pit strategy planned out there, and we're able to save enough to be able to get that last run plotted out just perfect. Blew the right front coming across the start finish, so can't get much better than that. But yeah, that was good racing with Watt. I agree with him. I think he got tied up there a little bit with slower traffic. I know stage 1 and 2, good racing there with Bod Fusion, so that was fun. And overall, a good effort.
Do you have any shout-outs, sir?
No, I just want to thank everyone for the invite to run in this league. And like I said, I think 2nd place and the first time out's a good showing at Kansas tonight.
Yeah, I believe this is, your 2nd race total? You raced last week at Texas, and that was your 1st, right?
Yeah, first truck race. Tuesday will be the 2nd Xfinity race, so we're looking forward to backing it up at that Xfinity field. Will be a little bit more competition there.
Well, it just goes to show you, Repeat, that the people watching the stream can see that someone who maybe had seen the league on the streams and wanted to race, that here's a guy coming in 2nd race and finishing P2.
Absolutely, staying very, very competitive. Congratulations, Fatless Dig, on your P2 finish here at Kansas. Very, very tough track. Congrats. All right, Fatless Dig was your 2nd place runner, guys. All right, and Ingalls, Repeat, you got me.
Hey, that's buddy.
I'm just going to give you the Repeat tag. how many wins does that make now for you between truck and Xfinity? Have you lost count yet?
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
Well, we saw you again among most of the top guys all night long. You were doing an amazing job keeping it in the clean air, keeping it up high, keeping it digging, moving along. What was your secret? What kept your truck digging so well all night long?
First of all, I give a shout out to Y. He drove a hell of a race. I think he definitely drove a more flawless race than me, and showing why he's the defending champion. He's a hell of a driver. One kind of got taken away from him, but yeah, I definitely had a fast truck. I didn't deserve to win the race. I made a lot of mental mistakes. I hit the wall a few times. I spun out coming onto pit road. First green flag stop, stage 3. I was about 17 seconds behind the leader, and I had to make all that up under green. And it was I made a lot of mental mistakes tonight. But luckily, a fast truck kind of overcame that, and a few unfortunate breaks for some other guys let me drive through there because there was no way I was going to catch Watt. Once he got to the 2, there was a couple trucks between me and him still, and I caught a lucky break there at the end. Sometimes that happens in racing, I guess. Sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. Well, tonight it went my way, so it's good for me, I guess. But
Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're not running for a championship, right? You're just getting some seat time to work towards.
I only got 2 races left. I'm in Cup, so.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's all about the seat time for you. Did you learn anything from tonight that's going to be able to transfer over into Thursday? I've heard that some people will run trucks just for kind of the feel. Xfinity, they'll run for the speed factor, and then the Cup to try to put it all together. What did you learn tonight that'll help you on Thursday?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. The Cup cars, the Xfinity cars, and trucks. The trucks and Xfinity cars are kind of similar. They don't have a lot of downforce. Cup cars have a ton of downforce. They don't drive the same at all. You really don't learn too much of anything except getting track time, and getting used to running up by that wall is important. But that's the main thing. Get those mistakes out of the way, because boy, I made a lot of them tonight. If you want someone to see something you shouldn't do, just watch my race. Don't do any of that.
All right. Well, I got to congratulate you. I mean, you've been impressive for as long as I've known you, all last season and so far into this season. I definitely wish you well. Will you be with us on Tuesday night?
I will not. I'm free.
Gotcha. All right. Well, any shout outs, sir?
Yeah, I mean, obviously to Atlas dig his second race, good job to him and Watt again. Drove a hell of a race, and give a shout out to my Cup teammates, Rose and J Paw. I know J Paw likes to tune into the streams every once in a while. Give a shout out to them guys. Love running with them over there and working on things with them. Some good drivers.
Absolutely, yeah, they really are. And J-Pod usually has a huge following on all these channels, whether it's with me or on Thursday nights over on HD Motorsports YouTube channel. But man, congrats again. As for me, guys, I will be back here Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, with the Xfinity Series. We're going to see how they're able to handle this, the high line of Kansas Motor Speedway. And I will then, after that, it'll be Thursday night with HD Motorsports. Please, again, whether you watch this now or you watch this later, please head on over to that like and subscribe button. Hit me up. I'll be glad to have you. If you follow me, I will follow you back. Go to _racing on Twitter. Keep in the know as to what's going on. Go to Facebook, NNR. There's 3 different pages there for us for Cup, Xfinity, and trucks. Again, I will see y'all around the track. If you're not going to be there on Tuesday or Thursday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2020. Later.